My name is Aubrey Peeples, and I'm proud to be the ambassador of Hope for Hyundai Hope on Wheels. And I'm an actress and a singer, and I'm really excited to be here with Hope on Wheels. You learn how to learn about people really well being an actor. That's probably my favorite part, is just getting to learn so much about all kinds of people. I think just really figuring out what makes you you, or still keeping those pillars of faith in mind. You just got to remember that you're strong. And I know when you're getting rejections, it doesn't always feel like you're strong, because it kind of feels like the opposite of that. But the more hard times you go through, the stronger it makes you. So in the end, it's going to shape you as a person. And I'm a big believer in humanitarianism, so I think that everyone should give back. I think it's just the essential nature of human beings. I think that we should all be there for one another. As far as Hope on Wheels, pediatric cancer is the #1 cause of death in children in this country, and Hope on Wheels is the second largest charity donating money to cancer research for pediatric cancer. So how could you not want to get involved with something like that? I don't know how anyone could not think that raising money for research for pediatric cancer wouldn't be important. I think it's so obvious that it's important, and that we need to make sure that the government is spending money to research pediatric cancer just as much as adult cancer. Outside of that, we should also be donating as much as we can, just because it's just what you do. You're just there for one another, and I think that Hope on Wheels is doing an amazing job of that. I think one thing that's important, especially maybe for girls to remember, is that your image doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you look like. And I think that it's important, just again, to realize who you are is so much more important than that, and that you're not the disease. You're this completely other thing, and the disease is a completely other thing. These kids are being reminded every day, probably every second, that they're dealing with this. So I think it's really important to create an environment where they're not constantly being reminded. Nobody wants to feel like they're different or need to be treated differently, and of course they are. I mean, nobody wants to go through that. So I think the one thing that I would just say to the families is to be making sure that you're a constant beacon of light, of reminding these kids that they're strong and cool, and that they're not the disease. It feels amazing to get to be a part of Hope on Wheels and to be the ambassador of such an amazing cause, just because everyone says this, but it feels so good to give back. But more than that, it just feels amazing to be wanted to be the ambassador by such an amazing cause. Just the fact that I've been asked here to do this is very humbling, and I'm just really excited, looking forward to this year and our journey together.